go ahead and start off with Evan Barnes.
Mike, how we doing today?
I'm doing good. Evan, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. You guys sound a little bit happy, even though the sun's not outside.
What now?
I said, you guys seem like in a great mood, even though the sun wasn't out today, I see.
Yeah, it was, they had a good practice. And we've got that brand new field turf, out there. So we were able to get outside. So we went and tear up our grass fields. That new field turf was really, really nice. They put in about a month ago. So that helped us get out there and get outside. It was fun.
Very nice, very nice. So I guess I'll start with the obvious question. So when you look back at the tape from Saturday, what concerned you the most about the defense? Because obviously for the first half, you guys played really well, but the second half, they were able to kind of throw the ball, Arkansas State throw the ball more on you. What concerned you the most looking back at the film? Well,
when I was at the game, it's always really tough, a situation like that. We didn't play as well as we would like. Of course, they've got good players and made some plays. The thing that, if you watch it, of course, there wasn't anybody like running wide open. We were right on them and they made some great catches. And we had a couple interference calls that could have gone either way. It happened on us that, kind of changed the momentum of the game, so to speak. And I was proud of how the kids kept fighting. We got some things to definitely clean up, but it wasn't a brand of where we were just busting stuff or doing all that. They made some plays and we didn't make as many plays as we would like to make. And we'll make some adjustments on some things we were doing. But overall, it wasn't pretty, but they kept fighting.
Was it concerning too, because was there a change in maybe the strategy in the second half? And does it concern you now facing this Mississippi State offense that's going to throw the ball as much as Arkansas State did in that second half?
Well, I don't think they don't believe they scored the entire third quarter. Is that correct? I think they scored maybe right at the end. And they changed quarterbacks. When they changed quarterbacks, they made a throw down the sideline where we're all over the guy. The kid makes a one-handed fingernail catch on his hip. And then they make a scramble play where he just throws it up to the back of the end zone, which I thought we were going to intercept it. And there was like two guys there and we ran after one guy and they caught it. And that kind of just got their momentum going. So we just didn't play as well there in the fourth quarter, of course, as we would like. We needed to make a few more plays.
So that follow my question. Does that concern you facing Mississippi State?
Oh yeah. Every team we play concerns me. And Mississippi State throws the ball well, does an excellent job, has some good receivers. And we've played against good quarterbacks before and had some good days. So hopefully we'll be able to have a good day. But Will Rogers is a really excellent quarterback. You can tell, I know Mike really well, gone against Mike a lot. You can tell that Will Rogers is now starting to really understand Mike's offense. He gives the quarterback so much freedom. He's making calls every single snap. Not many people know that. He's got they're like magicians, like baseball signals all the time. And he's getting them in the right plays a lot. And it's pretty, he does a good job at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank and then Terry.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
All right, man. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
I want to ask you about your defensive line. How do you think your defensive line stacks up against this Mississippi State O-line?
Mississippi State O-line they're big and long. They got a bunch of guys 6'7", 6'5". I think they got one short guy. I think he's 6'4". So they're big and long and athletic. We're going to have to play with our quickness and power that we have. I think our guys will do good against them, but they'll be definitely the longest offensive line we'll play all year, just length across the board.
And I want to ask, in the first two games, how do you think Greg Rubin has played for you guys?
Greg Rubin has done just like he did in fall camp. I think somebody asked me about some guys, and I said, Greg Rubin looks really good. Greg just has a knack for playing corner. He has great vision. He has great body control. He understands the speed of the receiver, gaining on him, not gaining on him. He had that play called on him. He played the guy perfect. He tipped the ball and the ball happened to bounce to that guy. And that guy double catches it. It's just one of those plays. And, and then he made some other great plays during the game. So we have a lot of confidence in Greg. To me, he's one of the best freshman corners, understanding, having a feel for the game that I've been around in a long, long time.
So when you're dealing with a young guy on the play that you just described, he did everything right. It just didn't go his way. What do you tell him after a play like that?
get up and go play again. Just keep competing, keep competing, keep competing. And the great thing about Greg that I've noticed, he's not like that corner you throw at and you beat, and the guys go, "Ooh, I'm going to come back at him." He's going, throw back at me. And that's what you want. And that's what he did. So I was impressed by that, and he'd come back and play, and he's going to be a really good player for us.
Thank you.
What's up, Coach? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I know you're not one to make excuses and stuff, but it's one of the downsides of having an explosive offense is your defense out there a lot longer than you guys may have got fatigued in Arkansas State. And also you were short depth, so that kind of helped. Would that be helped out a little bit with you getting some players back that might be in fatigue?
Yeah, no, I want our offense to score. I want them to do all that. We got to get them out on third downs. But when you play up close to 100 plays, the other team has more opportunities. If you told me to go shoot 100 free throws, I'm going to make more than I would if I shot 70. So it's just that way. And but our offense is playing phenomenal and doing great. And they need to just keep going, keep scoring, and we need to find a way to keep them from scoring.
Mark?
Hey, Mike, you mentioned you're going to make some changes this week. Is that more tweaking things schematically? Could we see some personnel changes? I'm
just saying, when you look back at the game, there's some different calls you might want to make in different situations, or seeing what they were trying to do to attack. And every team you play, they have different, strong points. Different teams do. And so, you always kind of tweak your defense towards their strong points, and hopefully when you do that, you can take away some of their strong points and able to play well. So that's what I mean. Each week you tweak a little bit of what you're doing, because everybody's offense is a little bit different.
And then you mentioned, you're very familiar with Mike Leach's offense. Obviously it's one of those offenses that over the last 25 years, one of the most innovative offenses in college football. What to you makes it a great offense? Not necessarily this particular Mississippi State team, but his offense in general.
Execution. An accurate quarterback that executes and knows right where he wants to go with the ball. They are a progression passing team. So the kid their quarterback will look at what's going on. He'll see what you're in, and then he knows what he's going 1, 2, 3. And they do a really good job of that. Mike does a great job of teaching it and understanding it. And he gives his quarterback, a ton of freedom. I believe there's some games he goes into that he doesn't even call a running play. The quarterback checks to the running play according to what he sees, and they've worked on it all week. So there's a lot of things they do like that. And, Will Rogers, to me, is starting to really grasp the offense, and you can see that the checks he's making. You can see the different things he's doing. So it's kind of like it used to be. It used to be the quarterback did everything. Now everybody does it from the box, and they look and they do all that. No, Mike teaches the quarterback what to do, and now the quarterback does it. And then they talk on the sidelines and change things up. So hopefully our kids can play well, and we can, be able to handle what Will Rogers and Mike do.
Thanks.
Evan?
I got you, Evan. There you are.
Sorry about that, Mike. So last thing for me, defensively, I know I asked last week about just getting pressure on the quarterback. So with Mojo not playing last week, obviously we'll see what his status is. What guys are you going to be leaning on besides Mojo to try to, help create a much better pass rush?
Right.
It's this big, long offensive.
Yeah. We got after the guy again. I keep teasing a couple of our guys. I said, y'all would be #1 in the country in sacks if you could just get the guy on the ground when you get back there. So we made them run around. We got after them. Of course, always, Jalen Allen, John Tate. We have other guys in there that we feel like can get to the quarterback, but John Tate and Jalen Allen have appeared to do the best getting around them. I know John Cartwright made a great sack when he scrambled around. We got some other guys that we feel like in this game we need to be able to get there and do that. Hopefully we can be able to rotate in more as the game goes along. It was a little harder to rotate in as much last week with the speed of the game, but we'll see how that works out.
Thanks, Coach McIntyre.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.